Hey, welcome back to the stream. Last week we did some preliminary, deep learning speech coder, speech synthesis work using the toy data. Um, and we were able to train, but this week what I want to do is focus a little bit more on a fun project that I can hear hopefully at the end of the day. So the training the model seems like the framework setup, but it will take a little bit of fine tuning, and there's probably a few bugs to converge on actual speech. But I thought about a fun project that I want to do, and basically, I want to train on real-time mic input of some sort. So I'm not exactly sure what to do here, but the idea is while the network's training, it's pulling directly from the microphone. I haven't even done the research to see if something like this exists, but I think it'll be fun to see what it takes to code it on its own. And then after this, I'll probably look up the existing solutions. I checked a long time ago and there was nothing, so this might be cool. And another thing is output also in real time. So we get some kind of like feedback system where the network kind of is aware of what it's doing. So this is going to be tricky for a few reasons, but we can make it a little simpler. So if we're doing a vocoder or a speech codec where the input is the same as the output and we just compress it in the middle, it's actually not too hard. But the question is, in this case, what is the loss? So are we evaluating the network, the model's quality based on the mic input? Just see the difference between what's going to the speakers? Or do we actually want to record what's coming out of the speakers? And if you do that, you get a true feedback type system. There will be some delay, so and there are ways to make it not do the howling. But I think first just using the mic input might be fun, and also have it output in real time. We'll have to get into practical questions like batching. So it looks like with the previous models I was training on about a step every half a second or so, or maybe less. And if we're talking about 16 kilohertz audio, we could break that up into little pieces. So like in the simplest case, we just are talking about like coding a single frame of FFT data, which could be anywhere from 256 samples to 1024 or something, which is 1/16 of a second. So we could split it up based on that, but usually we like to have a little bit more context. So this part I'm unsure about. Let's just say we assume a batch of 32. What we can do is we can actually do longer batches, right? Let's take a batch of 128, divide, and let me see my, okay, so here we were training on, I don't have timestamps, but it looks like we did 10 epochs or 2,000 steps in 60 seconds. Doesn't sound right. That might be a single epoch. Let's see. Yeah, so each epoch was 67 seconds, and there are 200 something steps. So that's about three. Yeah, I was right. It's about half a second, a third of a second or so. But if we increase the batch, I think into segments for batch elements. Use random older mic data. Save the mic data. Okay, so we will use our existing code base to make a novel real-time training setup. And hopefully we stitch back the output together. It might not be able to run real time, but we should be able to hear something. Stitch the audio back together by debatching the mic input size. Okay, so I'm just gonna give Claude code this and see what it does. First, though, so I just copied this folder here. And I'm gonna create a new branch. So let's do git checkout. Let's see our status first. Okay, git checkout -b feedback. So we can see all the different branches we have. Okay, so yes, we can trust this. I'll give it the instructions. And let's see what it does. Yeah, so this is going to be fun for a lot of reasons, and one thing is we could like start to synthesize or like out sonify the middle layers, which is something I've always liked to do. It'll sound noisy but structured usually if you pass a meaningful signal through. But yeah, let's see what we get. And while it does this, I'm going to open up another window. And just check for GitHub's real-time, say speech training, deep learning, mic input. There's not a real practical reason to do this, except that it's fun, so I won't be surprised if this doesn't exist. But look. The phrase real-time is kind of, it's ambiguous where it applies, so it could just be the system runs in real time. So you train it offline. You train it without using the mic, but when you do inference, it runs faster than real time, so you can pass the output to the speaker. I mean, yeah, so it's the testing that runs in real time. So this is different from what we're looking for. Okay, so it's going to create this real-time capture. And yeah, you can create all the things you want. This is a new session, so I'm going to have to help it out. And yeah, this will be funny if we start to get feedback, but I can also wear headphones. But so in the feedback case, the data set will just be, if it's like howling feedback, it'll just be that tone basically. So it should learn how to synthesize that tone very well. I'm trying to think of interesting variations of that. Yeah, there's definitely a few. Like a funny thing you could do is like resample at a random rate near 1, but not exactly 1, so the pitch goes up or down a little bit. That should eliminate some of the feedback. And the other funny thing is feedback depends on the distance of the mic to the speaker, so you could actually move the system around and it would learn to synthesize different frequencies. But yeah, let's see what we get. Kind of want to see this real-time capture file it created, so I'm going to look at that. Where is real-time capture? Defer entropy. Okay, so it's still in this defer entropy. Alright, so I'm surprised if it's not importing some fancy system library stuff. Okay, it has pyaudio. Which plausibly has link access. Okay. Still going. But yeah, let's see. So basically there's a callback. So this doesn't have anything to do with the training, although it does create a batch size. And that is interesting. The other fun thing you could do is just like play random videos through your speakers. The mic would pick it up. Or you could actually do it like a loop back, so it doesn't have to go through the air. This is interesting that it's doing clipping at 0.95. Like, why wouldn't it do it at 1? And this is going to essentially create various gains. I'm just going to make a note that this is sketchy. Alright, so it says it's good to go. Let's it says it's done, so let's see what happens. yeah, as expected, nothing happens. But yeah, let's do the requirements. So it needed pyaudio. These could be dependencies. Let's see what else it says it did. A real-time trainer, wouldn't that be cool? You can do so much with that. You could do like live sonification performance. Okay, does it? Can't tell if it puts the audio back into the speaker. Do you play out the audio in real time as well? To the speaker. Yeah, so this is the thing with Claude Code. It kind of does like the minimum and tries to get away with things. So it's captured like the bad contractor model. We want the good contractor model. Yes. Do that. Another thing we could also do is just mix in like random dataset sounds from Common Voice or Free Sound or some popular dataset. But I just want to hear noise, so like some kind of structured noise and some evolution of this noise. I guess I'll let it finish before I'm gonna try to run it because why not? Alright, so the tests still fail. It's possible I don't have port audio installed. Would be surprising. Is there not a global package? Guess there isn't. Yeah, it's already installed. Okay. I'm not sure which of these options I should take. I'm just gonna run it again and give the error to Claude. Uh-oh. I hope the GPU setup isn't something I have to fix again, because that required restarting, or not, I didn't restart, but I like exited to the terminal, the T2Y, and had to like kill or like reload the modules for NVIDIA, which sucks, because I think it exited my session as well. So it's just like restarting. Okay. So 20 minutes in, I'd like to hear audio back 30 minutes. That would make me feel okay. So while it does that, I'm gonna look at these errors. It's surprising that pyaudio doesn't even load, even after I installed it globally. Oh yeah, I didn't install it because of port audio. Okay, good. And could look up the error, but I'm just going to give it the error code, showing it that I've been running that command. Whoa. Okay, that's... I'm not comfortable running things in sudo in Claude just yet. So I'm going to run this manually. Yeah, sudo is a little scary. Okay, but it's trying to run it now. It sees that it's still not working. Oh wait, I have to install pyaudio. Let's try that again. Oh, it's there, okay. Yeah, so yeah, Conda versus Conda Forge. I don't know if this will help. Let's see what it does. Sweet. seems like CUDA's not. Let me see how we're doing. Yeah, this is reasonable. And I believe the 34% is not real. It's just the, I mean, it could be the OBS that I'm running, but I know it also spikes when you type the command. All right, so it thinks it's working. Let's try this. I just want to hear noise, man. Let's go. Yeah. Why is CUDA down? No, I want CUDA. But CUDA. Oh, it looks like maybe it's running now. Let's see. Okay, well it's running for 28 seconds. I'm gonna make that in the background. Have to deal with this CUDA issue. Okay, let's kill it. I'm just gonna tell it my system setup hasn't changed. CUDA training on GPU worked yesterday. This is a new terminal. Maybe it's manipulated. That's my best guess. Let's yeah, where's my training time? I don't know why my history is not working, but all right. So we're just at 30 minutes. Invalid sample rate. It doesn't, okay, so I guess I can use, weird, it doesn't have my, the audio card that I'm using. Maybe it's because it's running at, it's requesting 16 kilohertz or something. Put that on hold. M1 Mo2, or is it M4? The M4 Mo2 USB audio interface. I like to use for input and output. Let's see. Yeah, the M4 is there. I have no idea what these commands are. I haven't used them in recent memory, at least. Okay, when it's like going on this route, usually it's kind of messing up. But I'll let it do this, I guess. But once it starts to once it doesn't get it on the first route, well, I am running Audacity, but you can use, so I'm going to quit Audacity now. Okay, so it says it's working. I don't think it's working, but yeah, I've closed Audacity. Let's see what happens here. It's possible, could be my input doesn't support, or my output doesn't support 16 kilohertz. No, Audacity. Maybe it doesn't support 16 kHz. 4.1, downsample. Ooh, that downsample factor is not good. It just is changing to an integer. That is the worst. That is horrible. That downsampling is ridiculous. You need to interpolate this library. LibResample. Or something. Yeah, that is. It's not just bad for audio quality, that's going to slow it down or speed it up and change all the frequencies. Okay, SciPy. It's not going to be super efficient, but we're running on a fast computer, and this is a fun project. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, Elsa does not like whatever we're doing. I don't even know which audio manager we're using. I guess it doesn't show here. Audacity has been closed for the past 10 pumps. What am I doing? Also, so there's no Elsa. It's not Elsa. Yeah, we changed from Elsa to something else recently. We're using libpulse. We're using libpulse in a system, right? That's a system thing. I believe. No, not libpulse. There's another one. I could be mistaken. Pipewire. I think it's Pipewire. Okay, so 40 minutes, no audio, so we're sort of failing. Should I ask it to just rewrite? No, it's not working. I need it to work with my device. Just look carefully. Rewrite if you need to. Okay, so it's either ALSA or OSS, and they're all under ALSA, so could it be one of these devices? I don't know what the ALCS 1200 is. In 2, out 6. No, I think mine would have at least 4 inputs. Can search pyaudio, not showing USB audio interface. Yeah, it's just looping on the past solutions. Okay, so it might be a pyaudio limitation. I don't think that'll work. It's going to use a new audio capture system. Sounds like a horrible idea. But okay. It's probably too low level for it to do it correctly. But yeah, we'll give it the full hour. So we got 15 more minutes till the hour. And it would be nice if we heard something. You can also look up GitHub Luckiest for full duplex mic audio USB Linux Python. Hopefully one that's a little recent. Okay, this puts it over the network. That also sounds like a fun project. However, okay, this runs over the network, but let's see. So it also is using pyaudio. If they don't say the system, they're probably running on Mac. I saw Windows somewhere. So this could be a also thing, also a pulse audio thing. Okay. I will be very surprised if this actually plays something, but that would be super cool. Thinks it has a solution. Real-time audio capture pulse. Yeah, this is super specific. It only runs my motor. It's funny. Yeah. So this is not this is not production code. It's supposedly training right now, but I don't hear or see anything on my output monitors. I'm guessing this is not working. You heard that? I just heard speaker output, and it was noisy. So at 50 minutes it gets it. Yeah, and I think this is a reasonable. This is a hard thing to do. I probably wouldn't have gone the solution they picked. I probably would have found a way to use a library correctly if it wasn't pyaudio or something else. Maybe there's some like also specific wrapper. Oftentimes when you get the like platform abstraction, you just lose quality or. Okay. So it's kind of working. I'm gonna kill it. And then I'm gonna try to run it. But the other thing is the steps are gonna be super slow because of this CUDA error. I killed it. So I'll just keep talking and we'll see what it does. Commit, then Abstract out most of stuff. No, I don't want you to do that. Okay. Yeah, totally found my device. Hopefully it's using the first channel. I didn't tell it. Looks like the stereo output was both channels though. I heard a little click. It's very soft. Yeah, the steps are super slow. It's about 10 seconds and it hasn't done a single step. So it's actually recording while we... I don't know. Yeah, okay, there we go. So it probably finished step just now, I'm not sure. Yeah, so it outputs after step and it takes 40 seconds for a step. So we want to find out why it's so slow. And also we want to run in CUDA. I'm gonna Google this because I don't trust. I'm gonna also kill this because it's gonna be loud noise. Oh, and we also don't want this stuff. Okay. I'm gonna try to run this, but it might also not let me do this in a session. Yeah. So I have to unload this X session, unfortunately, which would kill all of the processes. I don't know why I have to do that, but apparently whenever you go to sleep, oh, okay, maybe it works. Let's try that again. So I could do mod probe without any arguments. No, same error. Weird that it's not actually stopping. So there's also mode set that we need. Alright, I gotta kill this somehow. The one I want to kill is... Where is it? The top one. 8, 7, 5, 6, 6, 9. Alright. We're basically at an hour. Super annoying that I can't kill this with Control C. So I think we're just going to stop. But yeah, this is a reasonable result. So everything's in this one commit. You can even take a look at what we did. The code is not good, but as a proof of concept, this system is at least piped together. We don't know if it actually would converge or not. We need the GPU for that. And there might just be some bugs to fix. So the one thing I would do is also play back the audio input it used in real time. There'll be a delay because of the training, and that would tell you if it's actually recording and training on the recorded mic data. But yeah, I'll give Claude for this, I give it a 5 out of 10. This is kind of where I'd expect it to be. I'm happy that it was able to create the system that I asked for. The unhappiness is just the system integration unhappiness. It clearly didn't know what to do when it couldn't find the mic. I had to push it in the right direction, tell it to bypass pyaudio and things like that. But yeah, since I need to restart, I might do that and try to fix it up a little bit. And maybe we'll go back to some other projects. The speech coder one is also still fun. Yeah, thanks for watching, and I guess we'll see each other next time.